Wish. Not a foul. Alrighty, why is it not showing up? Good. Come on. Breathe. There we go. What are they doing? Oh, man. That's a lot of stuff. Holy balls. Oh, man. What does this have? All damage, cunning. Knight's Chill. Who gets a Knight's Chill? At this? At this? Let's chill. Let's chill. What? It's highlighted, so I must learn it somewhere. Skeleton. Electro lightning. Earth. Damn, where's it? None of those. Night's Chill. That's not that. Not that. Something tells me. Dual blades. Killing death. Wow. Says I should have it. I don't know what skill that would be. search bar. Spectral binding, bone harvest, necrotic edge, spectral wrath, blight, call of gray. Huh. Yes. Nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
Move along now, stranger.
Snake clan. Oh man. Man. Love to not be coughing. It's like one of the worst things ever. Might as well just have my mic muted. Jesus. I looked at these. Alright, we don't need any of that. Not using a shield. Belts. Damage. 8% physical damage would be nice. Vitality damage would not matter, but minor upgrade. The eye. Elemental exchange, garbage. Word of pain. Ooh. got better on my other character. Not even close. Okay. Rolling death. School. Now. Okay. Tickled. What? Field training and safeguard. Goes in the bank. Shame. Okay, so this will give me how does this work? Mark your target for a swift and painful death. 100% on critical chance. So is it like every time I use it, or so if it goes into quick cut, it's 100% critical chance applies that on my quick cut. Well, wouldn't I don't think I have a choice, so actually it might be better here. Okay. What? Go ahead and make that sale.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Let's see. This is mutant bludgeon. Force wave, rending might, fire's might. Plus 2-meter range. A whole lot of stuff I can't use. Good stuff. I had 2 of them. Oh, getting that back. On the pants. Hey King, how you doing? Oh, my belt's got lifesteal. Wait a minute. Isn't lifesteal recorded somewhere? Expert damage, light radius, all skills. Lifesteal is supposed to be right there, 30%. Okay, so I have lifesteal. Good. Plus 2 to phantasmal blades.
Well spent.
I think that's. No.
I'll give you a good price for what we've got left. Put it to good use.
Dreaming of a burger you're gonna make when you get off?
So what brings you to my forge?
Ah, he's a different kind of blacksmith. Okay, I now understand.
Bring me back any blueprints you find.
Safe storage. No
That makes sense. Oops. Don't want that. Um. Amulet.
I'll keep an eye on this.
4% physique. It's only gonna be like 8. Poison over time. Nothing good. Sell all of it. Okay.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left.
I like money.
It's a good use.
Is good. That's for sellers. Just not enough killing, man. Oh man. I gotta figure out how to stop this coughing.
We can't do that yet.
Oh, no, you can't. Never do anything I need you to. Oh, a scythe. Or scythes are two-handed. Takes a dynamite. How the hell do we get that? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Anything to give me that experience. Come on. Big boy level ups. Ooh,
Well, I'll
quest.
be a living.
Talk to him. Maybe he'll level me up. Maybe we're close. I actually never learned if he actually does anything. So close. Spooky. Still not a level. Damn. Anything good on those? Can't wield those yet. It's a maybe. Okay. Ah, goodness gracious. Okay. Why can't I wield this? I need spirit. Okay, those are not good. Hmm. So this is 3 levels before max, but you can go above. I have +6 to this? That's gotta be unreal. Okay. Poison. How did I get that +6? That's kind of crazy. We gotta be missing something. Something's not finished here. That is everything until you get to that section. So go out the other side. Hot something to be.
I can't do that yet.
Wasn't there just an ad break like seconds ago? Is it doing another ad break? I guess that's better for Mr. King here. He's a subscriber. Is that early area I never went to? Well, let's get the portal here unlocked. Quests.
Have you found a rift? Good work. There have been Warden Creek.
See anything you like? Put it to good use. Got something you need stashed?
Ish.
It's safe.
Are they not even worth experience? Thank you. These aren't even worth experience. What the hell?
Can't open that.
Interesting. There's a key that goes in there.
I can't do that yet.
Where does this? Oh. Key. Man. Dying my favorite time of day. There's can I squeeze in here? What's wrong?
That skill's not ready.
Ah, well, that would explain a lot. Ooh, Nelly. Oh, not even close. Oh, no, that was close. God damn it.
Come see what's left of my wares. See you around.
Did I start over? Yeah, I'm not playing the same class as I was with Edo because I was kind of like the me and him class. So I made this other character who's different, and and kind of had to run it again. Hey, big. Heck. So this one, I'm a Nightblade, which is basically an assassin. And then my secondary, I picked a Necromancer. Because I was trying to get some lifesteal to be an assassin. I wanted to focus in bleed and cutting and stuff, but yeah, it turned out to not be as strong as I would have hoped. Beast Slayer, 20% chance cleave near and it's exterminating. Blood of Dreeg. Not for me. But two-handed? Two-handed too. Ooh. There's a lot of pierce damage on this. I like. Oh, guess I'll show off the class. We did level up. So, yeah, this is the Nightblade. And awkwardly enough, his skills kind of suck. They're not terrible. They're not like... My other character's skills are just so insanely good. But in order to, like, be a dual-wield specialist as this thing, you have to focus hardcore on passives. So all your damage comes from percent chance attacks, which is really strange. since I'm done killing these and they stop threatening me, that'd be great. Okay, back into the... Okay, so basically you get your dual wield, which then combos into this thing. And so basically this gives you a 22% chance to use it on a basic attack while dual wielding. And then it like causes a AoE attack. And then this is an upgrade to the first one, this one and these two, which causes them to do poison damage on top of what they already do. And then this one is like the first one, but instead of hitting everyone in front of me, it like just targets a random dude in front of me and hits him for an extra thing with high chance of crit. Then this one is like the first one, except it causes bleeding. And each one of these is poison because of this. And then your final one is a chance to execute someone. And it's like all damage. Now, I wanted to like throw daggers and stuff, but this only hits like one enemy. And it's slow. You have to wait 3 seconds to use it. It does have a skill that reduces that, but you also like lose a lot of damage with it. So yeah, it's basically attack proc build. And so I went Necromancer because I jumped into all the other classes and I was like, what am I going to use? I don't even know what I can use. I was going to do Soldier until I saw this, which is a chance to use a proc that heals me. So I was like, oh, no brainer, right? Lifesteal. Procking so much of this crap, might as well, right? The fact that it's even that high of power is insane. So basic attack, proc it 1,000 times, they die. It's good. And you can tell the procs when he swings both of his weapons at the same time. He got one of the procs. And of course, other ones have different effects, so you can see what they. But the frequency of him swinging both weapons at the same time, it's there. Oh, here I am. Hello. All right, let's see. Where am I going? I started using some skills, but I already respect like 3 times just because the skills were just not that good. The only skill I picked up, I only put 1 point into. I'm going to put more points into it, but it's this little Blade Slam. It stuns everyone around you, lets you get the procs in, so I only put 1 point in for the stun. I can upgrade it into Ice, which would be helpful. Where am I trying to go? Did I not see the bridge? Very clear bridge. And so the basic attacks you see just kind of decimate an area. The only problem is it's chance and... yeah, well. It's a pretty good chance, though. Now, I don't know if I can proc multiple of them at the same time. That's something I haven't figured. I don't know if just one of them procs or whatever. Reaper's Touch, that sounds lethal. Can you grab the rest of it, sir? Ah, Bull Honky. Alright, well, there's that Reaper's Touch item. It's a one-handed axe. Causes an on-hit death. Gives Bone Harvest and Amorous Blade Burst. This Blade Burst? No, it's Ring of Steel. Armesta's Blade Burst is the first skill. What was wrong with this one? I mean, realistically, the best things I've seen is just make sure that you understand what you want out of your primary class first and focus hardcore into one thing at a time. That is what will make you insanely strong. Like, I leveled this to max before moving on. I skipped this one because it applies to the next two, so I made sure to get the next two before I max that one out. Have you proc double hit and lifesteal at the same time? I don't know, because it's really hard to tell with it's really hard to tell with how the effects kind of look. It happens so fast. The life leech one is just a red light that occurs. Guess neither are common ones. I tried. After the ride ones, kill everyone time. Is Fiber alone? Oh. If they're killed, they come back. Search. Worries. Oh, killed him again. One day I'll figure out the right lines to say to him, unless you're supposed to kill him. So yeah, just be careful. The name doesn't, like, I'm called Reaper, but so basically you start the game as your first class and you get 10 levels, you get to pick a second class, and realistically you're not gonna, unless you do what I did and you needed the proc, you wouldn't waste points in putting in your second class until you're ready. My main character, who's godlike, is just an Inquisitor, and the Inquisitor is insanely strong on its own. Like, I don't need any other class, but I think I'm picking Arcanist with him. Basically, the only thing about the two classes is there's nothing unique that the classes get in combination. It's just literally you could pick from both the classes' skills, so you just need to make sure that the secondary class complements your main purpose or whatever you're trying to go for. No. My inventory. Occultist has magic. I haven't seen. I can look at him. We can make another character just to look at skills. The Inquisitor has an aura. I think everyone gets an aura. Ooh. LA, I almost got it. Oh, that's stuff. Okay. Oh, good. I was gonna come back and sell anyways.
See you
Oh,
around.
I gotta drop off stuff first. Hard to look at the classes. If I remember, Occultist is a type of magic. Give me a sec. I'll look it up. Is this a game you're sticking to for it? I'll grab it. I mean, we'll see. I was just playing it because I got bored of Helldivers. It'll be a long journey if I do stick with it, though. Me and Edo were playing it. I just bought the DLC. The problem is if you pick up this game, you have to get all the DLC because you can't play with someone who has the DLC. In order for someone to play with someone who doesn't have the DLC, I would have to uninstall my DLC and make a fresh character. Searing emblem. Necromancers in this game is way better than the frickin' Pantheon, I'll tell you that. You actually get, let's see, Necromancer skills. I actually have that up. So Necromancer, you can be a melee Necromancer, like you don't even have to do magic. You can do magic, where you just have straight death magic, or you could be a summoner. That's the one thing I like about this game, is that, like, if I wanted to be an assassin with dual wielding, the option's right here. But then if I want to be like a knife thrower, it changes things drastically because I'm not going to focus on this top line if I'm here. So all my points are going to go into here. Is it like $100? No. So should be about 60. If you get the bundle, it'll be a little cheaper. Just make sure you do not buy the complete bundle box collection because it comes with another game in it that has nothing to do with this game called like The Farthest Island or some shit. That game alone is $30. So there is a bundle with some of the DLC, the ones you will need. Does it go on sale? I have no idea. I just owned this game and I didn't have the DLC, so I paid like $40 for the DLC and I already had the game. And I don't know. And apparently it's actually getting updates, so that's new. Because people, it's like getting a cult following, and the developers actually still watch the game, kind of. Let me see if I go into Steam right now. Grim Dawn. So Grim Dawn alone is $25. If I go to Grim Dawn, they'll have a bundle with 4 items. The definitive edition bundle. This bundle should cost someone $25, $30 to $55, $70 for everything. You don't need the cosmetic DLC. You only need Ashes of Malmouth, Ashes of Malmouth, and Forgotten Gods. And as far as I know, you don't need Crucible mode, but I got Crucible mode's like cheap. So you only need the game and 2 DLCs, the 2 expansions to really play with others, and then you're good to go. As far as I understand it, but that's that. It's not a bad game. It's like Diablo, but just understand it's like it's a big game to my understanding. It's got plenty of. I'm definitely going to be doing a hardcore run at least once. That'll be fun. Nice and painful.
What's with all the commotion? I trusted that son of a slith. Thank you for uncovering.
I do what I can. Let it. But I know that you like to have a lot of experimentation with builds. This is the game that lets you really get into it. Yeah, basically it's the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, which Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing are based off Diablo. These are all Diablo clones. So how this game functions is you get your first class. Every level you get 3 points. You can level the class itself up to 50 points worth. You get 3 points per level. Or you spend your points in the skills. You have to level the class up in order to get the skills on the line. So your second one's the same thing. So it shares the points. And then you have devotions. This is when shit gets a little crazy. So you have constellations. And you start with crossroads. And each crossroad will give you a passive and what I would like to call a colored orb. The colored orbs are your affinities. Based on your affinities, as you can see, it highlights which of the constellations they belong to. Then once you get a point, and then each constellation has a requirement. So this dagger, for example, the Assassin's Blade, required 1 to start. And if I finished it completely, it gave me 3 purples and 2 yellows. And now, I think I need 1 more point for it, and I can finish the constellation. And then I'll have enough, and I can go to the next one that I want to look out. Oh, poor Big, he's got ads. But, yeah. He just needs to go to the YouTube site. Or he can go follow me on X, where there are no ads. I died, right? That was the big problem. Able to go through here? Yeah. Where did I die? Little oopsie trip out of. The DLC does look cool though, the the illusions. I actually might go pick those up because they do look pretty neat. Cosmetics are neat. God damn it. Okay, hang on. I'll get back to you. I'm just gonna grab my body and then I'm probably gotta fight and then I'll show you the constellations. Okay. Constellations and collected orbs. Okay, so on the constellations, so for example, I got a yellow orb here. In order to use the Assassin's Blade constellation and start filling it in, it required that I had 1 yellow orb, which you start with this one, which gives you 1 color based on which side you pick. And you can pick them all, but it takes points, and you only get a total of 55. So once you go to a constellation and you fill it out by spending all the points and all the little star bits, then you'll also be rewarded with more orbs. This one's purple of 3. And so if I wanted to like get other certain ones, I got to make sure I have the right requirements. So this one requires 6 purples, 4 yellows, and it gives piercing damage, cunning, armor. And so you go through it. Sometimes they give you unique abilities. This one gives you what's the advantage of unleashing bursts of phantasmal blaze that pass their enemies with ease? Yeah, you just get new abilities. Like, for example, here was an ability that Assassin's Mark, it bound to one of my skills. So whenever I use the one I put into it, which I can change it to whatever I have, it gets this extra effect, which this one reduces their resistances if I crit. And there's all sorts of crazy shit, and it's constellations all over. It gets super complicated and really hard to figure out what you want. But, yeah, I mean, it exists. The good news, at least with the constellation, so it's not overwhelming, is if you're like, oh, I need fire damage, you type fire, and the constellations that affect fire highlight, and then you can figure out what you want. You can also respec anytime with cheap currency in the game, so It's like not the end of the world. You don't have to worry about it. If something just doesn't work out, you spend too much points in something, you just go back to town and quickly respec it, which I've done. Same goes for your skills. The only thing you cannot respec is your class. Once you selected the classes and spent 1 point in them, it is over. You are stuck in that forever. So that's why it's just imperative that you understand what classes you want to mix them and why you're mixing them. Because the other thing about classes, which is not upfront for everyone. Well, I mean, it kind of is upfront. If you pay attention, you'll notice it. Okay. The classes, when you level them up down here, the class level gives you a ton of stats. So in Necromancer, it's going to give me Spirit, whereas in Nightblade, I mean, it also gave me Spirit, but the amount of Spirit I'll get in Necromancer is higher than a class like Nightblade, so it's not very beneficial in that regard, unless I was going to use some Spirit. That's another thing to consider when picking your classes. If you're not going to take any skills, at least know what stats you're getting. But the game's fun. It's deep. It's deep and fun, like every Diablo game should be. And it's multiplayer. I mean, it works. I was just bored of playing something, and this kind of feels... It's filling that RPG itch without being, you know, too weird. And it's got a class system I like. Boy, gee golly, do I like the class system. Just kind of sad that the dual classes are just by name. It's like, that's all they really are. It's just a name, nothing unique. You don't get a special effect for it, which makes me sad. Does have a dodge. I do like that they did change the combat quite a bit from when this game originally released. Like, it didn't even have a dodge, and so they give you a warning as soon as you start the game. They're like, if you had a character, you might want to double check things because the combat's different. Ooh, wait, there's a totem right there. But my other character is so goddamn strong. Kind of jealous. This character is quite lacking. So the shrines are how you get the points for the constellations. So you can either fix the shrine if they're broken, or some of them are corrupted, so then you have to cleanse them by beating the crap out of the evil. Well, it's gauntlets. Let's see. Pneumatic burst. What skill is that? Play trap. Pneumatic burst is here. Allows you to draw from your surroundings. Short bursts of speed. Acceleration caused by his valid breath. So this is a buff. Gives you healing, speed, regen. How long does it last? Oh, that's actually maybe. Excellent combat. I don't know. It's a buff. I'm not against a buff. What's this do? Recover health and outlast his opponents. This is a melee dual wielding technique, enables the ability to dual wield melee weapons. Wait a minute. You can get dual wielding without learning dual blades? I didn't know that. I'm learning. Ah, that's kind of crazy. Think about that. All right, did I cleanse it? Okay. So now I'm gonna go in. I just got my point. Finish my constellation. Hooray! So now all these constellations I have the requirements for. If I want to get these, you just mouse over them, check what you want. I kind of wanted to get, because as I was going down this, like these three here and this Eternal Sands one's what I want. But to get to him, I need purple, yellow, purple, yellow, blue. So that's gonna be a little funk. But she, the Dryad, is 3 yellows: purple, yellow, and blue. You give more purple. What do I need? What do you need? You need 3 more purples, 1 more yellow. Or white, if we wanted to call it white. 3 more purples. Gives me 4 purples. Gives me 5 purples. Zeke, armor absorption. Eternal bleeding. I can't block, I don't want that. Physique gives me 5 yellows. I only need 1 yellow. Green, don't need green. I already got my 1 yellow from there. Hurdle gives 2 yellows and 3 blues. That's for shields. No, thank you. Completes 3 yellows. Health, spirit, movement, armor. 15% to all damage and 20% to all damage to pets. There's a lot of cool things in this game. I'm still learning about them. You give 3 greens, 2 yellows. Health and energy. Health, energy, resistance. Healing effects. Energy percents regen. Gosh. This gives 2 yellows, 3 blues. Oh, here we go. This might be what I want. I don't know why I would want the pet thing, but maybe everything else is fine if 5% speed. Oh, 30% to all retaliation damage, but I don't think I have any. But the bleed and the physical is not bad, but I think this is more for pets. But it does give me the blue. I need 8 blue, and I need 1 more white, but I need 3 purples. Oh my goodness, where am I gonna get the 3 purples from? I have green, but I don't need green, but physical bleed, offensive, cunning. I mean, this one's not bad at all, actually. Goes right down where I want, gives me 3 more purples, sets me up for that. I mean, yeah. And then I even get a falcon swoop attack, which would give me a pet, I think, because they count as pets. And then we can go for... Oh, there's my phone. I don't mind getting a phone call. Thank you. I appreciate it. Is cunning another name for dexterity? Yeah. So there are only 3 stats in this game. The 3 stats are physique, which gives you health regen, and is the requirement for heavy armor. So like when you're wearing heavy armor, it'll require you to have a certain amount of physique to wield. Cunning is physical damage, piercing damage, and duration of dots. And spirit is your, they call it energy, but it's mana. Energy, magical damage, dot, duration, energy regen, and apparently you get a little bonus health from it too. So these are your 3 stats in the game. There's only 3. Speaking of which, I need to slap my cunning up. So physique is probably one of the most important ones, but you'll want cunning to deal damage as well. Also, some weapons require cunning. This one required 35 cunning, 44 spirit, because you can see that on the bottom of the description. There's always things like that. And then now I remember I was gonna do this one. I lose, so I get attack speed. I don't use pneumatic burst, but okay. Put it on. It's more armor at least. Honestly, I don't know how much the armor is affecting me here. Let's see. I have physical retaliation. Does it have how much actual defense? Like, what does my defensive stat even do? Is defensibility armor? Armor rating, here we go. Chance to hit an area. Your armor rating is individual? What? That's nutty, dude. Also, here are all the different damage types that you can resist. Green armor is set pieces? No, so it's gray, yellow, green, blue in rarity. And blue is epic, green is rare, yellow is called, I guess yellow is also called, no, yellow is called magic. So yellow is magic, rare, epic. The set pieces will note in their item, if they are a set, they'll say like what the set bonuses are. But weapons are super unique, super complicated too. Like, you can see my Thunderstick Rift Scourge Slicer of Conflagration has like 1,000 things on it. Oh, I just realized that both my weapons have Nidala's Hidden Hand at 3. Does the God? I just gotta upgrade these. Yeah, this game's super. Got a lot in it, hard to follow. Just gotta be ready for it. Sun has more armor. I don't use fighting form, but 13% physical damage would probably be better than most of the stats it's giving. Yes. Oregon a lurking. Go get him, Gilly. Speaking of which, let's go and sell. Oh. This is the guy, he can salvage things. I haven't learned the dismantling or transmute, but chambers used to break down powerful magic items into their basic parts. The inventor has not yet learned this ability. Transmutation is used to turn powerful items belonging to a set into other pieces of the same set or new set pieces entirely. So there's like all sorts of crafting in this game. And I got one of the blacksmiths. On one of my characters, I got a completely different blacksmith. And so he makes different things. He makes like... arcane relics and runes, and the other blacksmith makes something else. I don't know the exact differences, but I know that based on what you choose, it actually affects what you have access to, and you can trade between your own characters and stuff, so things are kind of... Oh, this game just... It's a lot. It's like a... It's what would you call it? The Path of Exile, basically. Ooh, wait a minute. I have a new one of these. I lose 6% cunning, but that one sounds good. Let's go ahead and Then you get components that you can like apply extra effects to your equipment on top of everything they already have. So you really get deep and dirty on customization. It's
Come see what's
it
left of what
it's a lot.
is.
You got to be ready for it. So yellow for me, I just pick up and sell. Once you have greens, you don't really fall back on anything else. Vitality damage, elemental. No, I don't use that. Vitality, chaos. I don't want a second, right? Vitality, chaos, vitality, decay. What is decay? What's vitality? Bleeding, vitality. Vitality decay is just a whole nother type of damage. God damn. I don't know if I will find better weapons. I mean, technically, damage-wise, like, this Bludgeon of Ruin is so much stronger, but I would lose so much to have it. I can try putting it on, but I'm afraid I'm going to lose so much for it. Hey, what is this? +2 to Bone Harvest? What skill is Bone Harvest? Skeleton, spectral binding, bone harvest. Through the force of necrotic energies, necromancer can force the bones of long forgotten to burst forth from the earth. Shoot bones at people? That's my jam, dude. Next character is necromancer. What is vitality damage? It is a type of damage. So the best way to think about damage is just as it says, damage. And there's like 10, 20 different types of damage. And so when something says it does that damage, it deals that damage versus that specific resistance. So if an enemy is resistant to physical damage, but you're dealing vitality damage, it doesn't check the physical resistance, it checks the vitality resistance. It's a lot. And then there's like a general version. So if you look at the character here, you go to your damage. So here's all the different damage modifiers, right? So I can have physical damage, but when I attack with my basic attack, it'll deal physical, pierce, and if I had a bleed effect, it would deal bleed, and if I had trauma, it would do trauma. Trauma is the dot version of bleed. So, and then same thing here. So then there's like fire damage, cold damage, lightning damage, acid damage, vitality damage, aether damage, chaos damage, burn damage. Then, so up to chaos is all just straight damage, but burns a dot, frost burns a dot, which is just cold version. Electrocute damage is a dot, poison damage is a dot, vitality decay is a dot. And it's just it's 100 different ways to deal damage. And so here's your resistances, right? So like I have fire resistance, but fire resistance also protects you from both fire and burn. Cold resistance protects you from both cold and frost burn. Electric resistance, electrocution and lightning. I believe trauma is the so bleeding is trauma. There's internal trauma and trauma. There's so much, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Physical damage and internal trauma is the dot version of physical damage. And then for bleeding, I think is just bleed. Vitality and vitality decay. Aether damage, there's no dot version. It's a lot. There's no dot damage of piercing. I think poison, acid and poison are one. Yeah, just kind of. All right, so I'm gonna check this out. So Now that I've dropped that, I've lost 3 points in Nightblade, but it's still at 10. So Nightblade now does... So here's how you see that. Here's how the damage works. So this ability, for example, does 92 acid damage, applies a 560 poison damage, and then it also boosts acid and poison damage by 82%. But see, I don't know if that's just for the skill is increased by 82%, or all my acid poison damage is 82%. It slows, and then 43% of my piercing damage is converted to acid damage. I think it just applies since it's a basic attack. It's an amplified one. If my basic attack does acid or poison damage, it's amplified by 82%. And then 43% of the damage I'm dealing as piercing is converted to acid damage. And then I don't know if it applies the bonus to... I don't know if it applies the bonus to acid damage after it converts the piercing, and I don't know if the bonus to piercing is applied before it's converted, so like you get the bonus to piercing, convert it to acid, and then acid gets a bonus. I don't know. But there are things like that, like this Ring of Steel. This deals 110% of my main hand damage and 388 pierce damage. But I can also convert the pierce damage to be cold damage and change it into a cold spell. Meanwhile, my dual blades passively gives me cold damage, pierce damage, and then every attack I do has 40 pierce damage. Which, yeah, I'm thinking that if you have the percentage increase, like this one that says I do 82% more pierce, that's got to go on top of my... So then I can find that in my character sheet. I go to my attacks. Where's my acid modifier? Only 20%. So no, it only applies to the skill itself is increased by 82 acid damage. Okay, because it would... No, wait, that was magical. No, yeah, that was right. So I've got a total of 161% physical damage, 69% additional pierce damage, and my pierce damage is base 40. Trauma damage 20 with a 152% trauma. It's complicated. It's overly needlessly complicated. And that's the way. I like it. Where was I? We were doing the thing, I forgot. Kind of want to be a necromancer now. And you wanted to check out occultist. And then when I hit a crit, I turned on crit multiplier to show me what my crit multiplier was. So you'll see that times 1.57 that shows me I'm getting a 57% bonus damage whenever critting, which is nice. I just haven't found a way to increase crit chance yet. But I'll tell you what, my main character just speaks to people and they die. It's great. I'm telling you. But see, I don't know what kind of necromancer I would be. I don't know if I want to be a magical necromancer or a summoner. Like, it's there, and I don't know which one I would want. I know I missed some things down here. I definitely got to get back to exploring these parts. I gotta get up there. I wonder if I should go explore that before I think that's heading north is to the Warden, and I think I'm too early for the Warden. I haven't fought the Warden on my main yet. But I wanted this character to be a cool assassin, and man, it did not go as I thought. Weapons are complicated. Yes, Inquisitor is dual pistols. and that you can build as I'm building with dual pistols, like where you're focused primarily on your pistol damage. But the way that I did my Inquisitor is he's a spellcaster, and so basically his pistols are there to just give him stats. We'll get to Cat Quest 2 one day. We also had to do Cat Quest 3. Did we ever look at the achievements at Cat Quest 2? I don't think I ever have. Cat Quest 1 achievements were pretty gross.
That skill's not ready.
Oh, totally missed that. Took me one stream? No. Dude, Cat Quest 1 had some gross achievements. I remember it being pretty jarring. I have to go look and see how many hours I put into it. It wasn't that long of a game, but the achievements themselves were rough. Making a video for it was also rough. Hang on, boys. I gotta take this call.
That skill's not ready. That skill's not ready.
Skill's not ready. My inventory is full.
See anything you like?
All right, I'm back. Sorry. Long phone call. Oh, yeah, no, I'm a hoarder. I want everything. I want all of it. If I can sell it, I want it. Ooh. Ooh, these pants. Hello, get on there. Yes, sell that. We'll reserve that for later. Let's see. This is a... God, look at the stats on this thing, though. I feel like I gotta hold this weapon. This weapon's so good. There's a quick sell on yellows, though. Commons are only 1 to 5 coins on average. Sir, I will have you know, that's a stick of bubble gum right there. You know the difference between you and I? I got bubble gum. There's gonna come that one time I'm gonna find that perfect item I want to buy, and I'm gonna be like 1 to 5 coins off. Yeah, yellows are only worth 44. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but it doesn't take much to sell it. I'm a loot hoarder. I want everything. If I can sell it, it's not efficient. No, sorry. No, it is not. I also hoard all the components for no reason. Probably don't even need them.
Safe storage, no questions.
Loot goblin inside me. So wait, okay, so you're a master of this game. Help me out here. When it comes to these types of items that have skill bonuses on them, there's no way for me to, and I'm not talking about granted skill like that lightning bolt, but like the needles hidden. Thank you so much, Big McLarch, huge man. The needles hidden hand one, is there a way for me to extract that off this weapon and then put it on another weapon? Or do I just have to be lucky to find a weapon with these bonuses on them? Oh, and Big McLarch huge, here's a set piece one, the Explorer. Gives experience. I mean, it's a lot more armor. What am I gonna do with it? Let's see. Lightning, no thanks, no thanks. Eldrick's Tale of Decay. Reaping Strike +3, which also gives 230. Oh, God. Little weaker than my Mutant Bludgeoning of Ruin, but it does give Reaping Strike some juice. Alright, we're gonna put that on. Right. Okay, so look, here's what I'll do for you. We'll exit to the main menu. I'll just make a quick character. And I'll probably just delete them really quick. Some items are monster-specific drops that have their own bonus type lists. Wait, so you can't extract that special monster drop for that? And it never gets any stronger, right? Oh, I might as well do the friggin' start quest.
You're not looking too bad for someone just come back to the bot.
Wait, did I skip a quest? Not to, it doesn't matter. Deleting this character anyways. Yeah, it probably did. It's not a problem. I know. But I want to get this over with. So we got to hit level 2 to get my class. Beat the shit out of zombies till we get a class level up. So if you want to look at any classes, this is now a good time to ask anything you want about anything. There we go. Okay, so you level up to level 2. Level 2 is when you get to pick your first class. First class comes in, you're like, bada bing, bada boom. Here are the classes: Soldier, Demolitionist, Occultist, Nightblade, Arcanist, Shaman, Inquisitor, Necromancer, and Oathkeeper. I think these 3 are DLC. I think. So the Occultist. Occultist starts with the abilities of Dreeg's Evil Eye. You summon an infinite eyes of Dreeg. The eyes quickly spread towards the target, then detonate itself. So it seems like you... this is like your bolt shot magical ability. Does acid damage and poison. Then you can also do Curse of Frailty? Frailty. Words. Debuff to enemies, gives them lower resistances and move speed. And then you can summon a familiar. A raven to support you. Storm ravens are elder creatures. The uncanny intelligence magic ability, quite different from the mundane ravens. Only one raven may be summoned at a time, and the raven does scale with abilities. The raven will have the ability to summon a lightning orb. And he has basic attack damage. So you get a pet familiar, or you can just summon poison things. This is a weapon buff where you cause your weapon to be fire. An occultist sounds like you're a cult. You're an acolyte. You summon the stuff and it does things. What's the upper right ability? Like way over here, like Doom Bolt. Bolt of entropic power that tears through the fabric of reality, deal massive damage to any foe it strikes. Deals double damage if the bolt itself strikes the opponent. Summon Hellhound. All right, so he's part summoner. You get to summon. So he's another summon. So occultist is half summoner. Confirmed. Poison summoner here so far. Sigil of consumption creates a sigil on the ground that consumes life force of enemies caught within its power. Returning a portion of that power is held to the occultist. So yeah, you are an occultist with the power of summoning and also curses. So no auras. Possession. You allow your body to act as a mortal vessel for the witch god Soleil, the spirit of which radiates through your body, fortifying you against the attack. Magnifies your occult power. There you go. That's occultist. Any other ones? That's the assassin I was playing. Arcanist. Kind of a mage. Kind of. This is your magic missile. This is a buff. Buffs your weapons and allies' weapons around you. Frost Nova. Sky Shard. Natural Unwilling. Drop 3 shards upon the target area. So it sounds like Blizzard in a way. You get a meteor shower type thing, I believe. Reckless power. So in these final ones, the exclusive skills, if they call it an exclusive skill, these are like ultimates in a way. You can only have one of them activated. They're usually buffs or something that is channeled. Who is the specific gun? There's a couple of them. You have the Demolitionist is a gunner, and the Inquisitor is a gunner. So you see how he has 2 guns, but your Inquisitor is more of a... I wouldn't want to say magical. He's magic based. But the Demolitionist is fire and explosives and traps. tiny array of electrical charge jacks, so you shoot caltrops that stun, flashbang, yeah, your grenades, fire strike, which is you shoot with your gun, flame touched, canister bomb, yeah, he's explosive, so as the name suggests, demolitionist. Fire and explosives and focuses on guns. Soldier, sword and shield, I believe. Straight up beat the shit out of stuff, be a warrior. Soldier's straightforward. Oathkeeper's kind of like fire paladin in a way. Necromancer, well, we already see Necromancer. Shaman, I haven't looked at any of the shaman ones. Two-handed specialty. A lot here. Devouring Swarm. Wow, their first skill doesn't get an upgrade. Summon Brarethorn. I was excited. I thought they got rats, and I knew I was gonna make a rat character immediately. Well, you do get to summon a pet though. The end levels of it. What is this? Totems. Very nice. Oh, you get multiple totems too. Pretty cool. Primal Strike, summon a tornado. You're a shaman. Yeah, makes sense. Now, I know the Inquisitor is one of the few healers in the game because he gets a healing spell, Word of Renewal. Is this the only healing class? Soldier doesn't have a heal, doesn't have a heal. A lot of self-healing. Doesn't have a heal. Doesn't have a heal. I don't know if you have a heal. I don't think you do. You have buffs. But I don't think it's healing. Oh, everyone has things that are worthwhile. It's just whatever do you want? Do you want like team weapon buff that gives you elements to your weapon? Do you want to shoot magic missiles? Do you want to have a spell that constantly rains fire around you and calls down meteors type thing? You can do an AoE spell and then like have it freeze people. I think it stuns them. No, it slows them. Yeah, it just slows. You get a beam, deal damage. The passives for him are pretty good if I remember. He gets a spirit increase, so it increases his stats. He increases his damage with Chaos and Aether. It's just like what it just depends what you're trying to do, right? Like, so if you wanted to go Necromancer, let's say you were going to be a summoner, you would want someone who has pet bonuses or things that would affect it. So this increases how many skeletons you can have. So you start with a summon limit of 3. This increases your summon limit by 1, and I don't know if increasing this further gives you more. This increases their damage. Yeah. The Blight Fiend. So then you get another summon. So just remember that at least in the start, you're not going to start with the flashbangs and knives, and it just really depends what you're trying to go. But just remember that the Demolitionist has a focus on ranged guns. So, but like even though it focuses on guns, it does use any weapon. So your default. So if you use Fire Strike, even though it shows a gun, it will just do the effect regardless of the weapon. When channeled, requires a two-handed melee or two-handed ranged weapon. So there's a specialization here that requires you to have a two-hander or a one-hander, and it alters how they work. So I mean, you could theoretically work with it. If you're gonna go Nightblade, depending on what you want to do, if you're trying to do this, they specialize in pierce and cold damage. And then if you go down this, you're focusing on being dual one-handed weapons. But if you're gonna go on Phantasmal Blades, you probably have to go Frenetic Throw, because this allows you to replace like your basic attack. But if you do this, you will not be doing this, because to do this would mean you're not going to basic attack because you're going to be focusing on the phantasmal. So it's all entirely what you're trying to do. But if you get something here that does ice damage, and then you're in the demolitionist side and you're trying to get some upgrade, it seems the demolitionist is entirely active abilities too. He's only got one passive. So yeah, you're just probably going to take the tools, and you would just look at the demolitionist's abilities and see if they work for you. Confuse targets and reduce their defensive abilities. Stun them. Burn them. Burn them again. Knock them down. Self-buff. Yeah, you're basically ineffective. A lot of tools. You get a lot of tools, so you're looking at tools. When I was making a character and I went with Nightblade, I made sure that I did not choose a class that had a lot of actives. So Demolitionist was not on my... Because I didn't want... Because I was going to focus a lot in my attacks themselves, so I was going up in this top tree. So having a whole bunch of actives was not going to help me out. So I went with Necromancer to get this passive, and I think I was going to go with one or two actives here, but I was primarily going to focus on my one class. So if with all the DLCs in the game, your maximum level I think is 100, which means you have a total of either 297 points to spend or 300, I forget. So you'll have a total of 300 points to spend. You will need 50 to max class out, and then you will need a varying amount for every skill. So, some require up to 16, some as low as 8. And that is per, like, node that you're gonna do. So you're not gonna be able to, like, fully max this out and dive into another one. Anyways, anything else you want to look at? Any questions before I delete this character? Oathkeeper. Oathkeepers charge into battle with prayers on their lips. When you use your default weapon attack, Righteous Fervor increases the intensity of your attacks with every strike. Building up charges increases the potency of the bonus. That's nice. Interesting. I was going to run Nightblade in this person, but I couldn't do Righteous Fervor and replace my basic attack because it wouldn't allow me to proc anymore. And then you got to be careful that there's like some things like this one's a shield bonus, so my character's going to have to wield a shield. Therefore, if I wanted to go Nightblade and I'm wielding a shield, I don't want to get dual blades because you can't dual blades and shield. You don't want to do that to yourself. Okay. Done. Delete the character. Easy money. I can't spell. Ah. Okay, now we gotta go back and... How did I get back here again? Did I just port back? Was I in here already, or was I somewhere else? I died in here, and I don't think I grabbed my corpse. Corpse is already gone. Oathkeeper is a warrior priest. Yeah, basically. They're the holy warrior. Yeah, makes sense. Neat, level up. So leveled up, got 3 points. That's maxed. Is this maxed yet? Wait a minute. Was that... Oh, I took off the thing that brought that up. Jeez. Blade barrier was rumored to find control. He had willpower. Summoned so many blades they'd form an impenetrable shield. See, I'm pretty curious, like, if I want to do defenses. Like, I haven't gotten petrified, so... Blade trap, blade barrier. And it's only really good to focus in these if you're going to focus in them. Like, putting 1 point, unless it's for, like, the CC, just doesn't... I really would like this, though. But I feel that I should get this and level this up to increase my piercing damage. Or I can go to the end and grab that. That would cost me 25 points. Man, that took more than to get to have. Fuck. And this wouldn't be bad. It would get a +2 because I have an item that increases it. It's a heal, which I do need because I take some frickin' damage. Alright, that's a plan. You're maxed, you're maxed, you're maxed, you're maxed. We got it. We got it. I gotta fill it. I'm going down the route. Make it work. So then, static burst. I think healing is gonna be a good idea. Regen on it's pretty good. Yeah, the heal's not bad. I think it'll keep me alive. I think it was needed. Especially since I got a +2 in it. That's pretty good. Oh, Nelly. Jesus, Lord have mercy on my soul. I forgot to sell the rest of that. I forgot to grab more of that. Okay, we got 2 points. Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy.
That skill's not ready.
These things are the freaking worst. That heal actually was cute. Not even close. Man. Okay. So I don't regret that heal at all. That's not a half bad skill. Okay, let's get back in there. Hooray! There's gotta be a better pickup set. Alright. Now with that done, let's check the inventory. What do we get? We got a whole bunch of stuff. Hound's Bite, which gives me Nadala's Justifiable Ends. Nadala's Justifiable Ends. Which one's that? It's not that. Not that. Not that. It's not Execution either. It's Justifiable. Do you think Nadala belongs to... Alright. You're annoying me. They did? They did. Okay. What was Nadala's Justifiable End? I don't... What's Justifiable End? Is that a Necromancer's skill? I don't think so. Does Nadala have anything to do with Necromancers? I wouldn't think. I would think it's here. Assault, Heartseeker, Nether Edge, Circle. Shadow, Night's Chill, Phantasmal Armor, Blade Barrier, Blade Trap, Devouring Blade, Shadow Dance, Elemental Awakening, Lethal Assault, Kinetic Throw, Phantasmal Blade, Heartseeker, Hurling Death, Quick, Hidden Hand, Spears, Dual Blades. I don't see it. It says I have the skill, but I don't see the skill. Does it affect devotion? Is that how I spell it? No. Nothing highlighting red. So either I spelt it wrong or it's not one of those. Nidalla. For it to not be grayed out, because it's grayed out when you don't have it or don't have access to it. Not grayed out. I would like to use this weapon if I could. Gonna be real. I will drop Reaping Strike for it 100%. I gotta figure it out. Okay. I put it on. And we learned that. Don't wanna. Go back here. This. How did I go over that and not notice? Ah, God. Justifiable Ends is my teleport stun, which I did not grab. Because I wanted the AoE stun. Still deals some good damage. Converts damage to acid damage. Squill cooldown. I also get Plague Bite. I wouldn't say it's a downgrade from that since it's such a... Hold on to you over here. But if you guys are into playing this, we can definitely rock it.
Got something you need.
Well, yes, but first, stash those, then... As far as I understand, I do deal some cold damage, and can I have 2 granted skills? Okay, wait. Do I have anything else that has a granted skill on it? Okay, so this one has a fireball. Oh. One had fireball? The gun. Okay, gun has fireball, so if I put that on, does it do 2? It can do 2. Very nice. So I get bonus cold damage. But it converts 10% and adds more cold. Let's do it. Right? What's the worst that could happen? What other things do I like? Piercing and bleed damage, causes bleed, impaling weapons. Sure. Slam, no thanks. 8 physical damage. What does that go on? Necklace? 15 armor. Goes on weapon, shield, caster, offhand. Shields, offhands, rings? That's such a basic one. 8 all stats is not that great. Lightning Nova. Increase regeneration by 24%. What does that go on? Rings and amulets? Yeah. What do you do? Health and constitution. Casting speed, energy, and energy regen. Okay, demons touched ammo. I mean, I don't burn. That'd be great for demolitionists. Lifesteal. Ooh. Used on hand armor specifically. Yes, please. I do. Ooh. Mark of the trail. I'll hold on to that. Used on amulets. Oh, I don't have anything on my medal. Oh, but I only have 1. I don't want to use it on that yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Alright, well, that's good upgrades. We are strong. I am a burly man. Wait. Oh, I'm reserving. Interesting. I deal about the same damage. Not terrible. The lifesteal is noticeable. Regen is noticeable. Did I not sell anything? Like an idiot. I sold nothing. Remember to sell our goods, fam. I just went back and accidentally only put away the
Come see what's left of my
yellow. Sell those. Let's see. All right, ring wise. Oh, no. Bone harvest. Oh, that's right. I did look at that bone harvest item. Not doing lightning damage. Cold, vitality, bleed, health regenerated. Deal with it later. Also. Ooh, Nelly. That HP drop, though. That wasn't painful. I wasn't almost dead. You were. This pneumatic blade thing is kind of saving me pretty hardcore. Gotta be careful. You know, the crazy thing is, I don't even think it really tells me what type of damage I'm even taking. Like, it's kind of clear that's fire damage. Kinda. Man. One day I'll stop coughing. Okay, you don't want to attack him? Okay. Cast Fireball, does fire damage, burn damage. I don't really have all that much fire going on. I don't have an Eye of Reckoning. Cannot learn. Ooh, that was kind of creepy. Trying to look at a map, spider frickin' crawls out of the ceiling. Good business. They did that just to get to the arachnophobes. Okay. So you're at 3. Restore more HP the more up. You give more regen. You give me more pierce damage while the buff is active. This chance to avoid gives me dodge. And this gives me bonus element. That was some bad luck not getting the procs off for that earlier. Piece of candy. Nothing good. Kinda want to start that necromancer. Ooh, yes, please. Good. No. Ooh, maybe gloves. Maybe glove. No, my current glove's better for now. Did I just decide where I was? There was something. Was it going to be Falcon? I think it was. Could go Scorpion, though. 5 greens, but I'm not using greens right now. I do have poisons, kinda. Let's look at this real quick. So we definitely deal piercing cold. This definitely deals acid damage. This definitely does poison and acid. This definitely does piercing. This definitely does piercing and bleeding. You just do piercing, which you can do bleeding. And you do piercing, cold, and bleeding. So, in my little devotion thing, if I go rat, which is red, I don't want red, I don't think. Kind of, yeah, spirit. Nope. But you, 12 offensive, acid, poison, acid. That's what deadly attacks from on attack. Main hand, poisons. I mean, and then it increases poison damage, gives me a lot of green, but I'm trying to go down this route, which requires me to have blue. blue. I wanted this, which gave me purple. I wanted purple, which was purple for Falcon. Purple, red, purple. Offensive bleeding. Piercing crit, pierce cold, cunning energy, piercing cold, and completion gives me 5 purples. Melody, spirit. I hate that I already kind of forgot what the frick I was going for here. Defensive slow, defensive. I think there was like a pet thing. I thought I was going to do this so I get little eagle assholes. And those little bastards, which happen to have bleed. And this gives bleed. I only have one thing that applies bleed until later. Which then I'll have more bleed. Right now I have a lot of poison. Fire, Aether, Spirit, Physique, Fire, Aether, Aether, Fire, Cold Lightning, Physical Elemental Resistance, all blue. Sensibility, Cunning Spirit. This is a pet one. Gosh. Bleed and Physical. Physique movement, pierce resistance. 100 health defensive. And then bleed physical. And then bonus to pet damage. Which again is why I think I wanted this would give me the blue, some blue. It also gives me, no, some blue white, which I need. This gives me green, which I don't think I need, but you know what? This is the round gone. I don't have much bleed. We're gonna make it work. Let me know when you guys are sick of me coughing. I'll just mute myself permanently. Trust. Trust that I'm here for everyone's benefit. What the frick? That fire damage. Can't go that way, so this way. Just the two of us. I could use more coffee, just the two of us. Did the game audio get muted? No. Nothing should be muted. Spinova. That away. Crossbow. Put that away. Basically everything else.
You see anything you like?